So did you build the shed from scratch, or was it like a kit? Um, Mostly the same old stuff. Back and forth between rod making and rust, pretty much. Of course, work, because that's something I have to do too. And just getting stuff done where I can, when and where I can. This past week, I said my sister's out of town. They actually have one of their girls is in the hospital. So this past week I haven't really been doing as much as I normally do, just because I'm helping out with keeping watch on their other girls. Alright, so 9, 10, 11. This one has to be the pink. That's cool. It's always fun when you get to do something like that. The sense and level of accomplishment when you finish it is awesome. So, your dad bought it. I guess it was at your house then. I was going to say, your uncle was helping. Were you helping with making one for him, or? Yeah? So is your uncle, does your uncle do that a lot, and that's why he was... Oh, okay. Yep. That 100% explains it. I'm not trying to be too nosy. I'm sorry if it come across that way. I'm generally curious, and I like it when people talk. So, that's kind of what I figured when you said your uncle helped. I figured it was something like that. Like, my dad's a carpenter, so he does like all that stuff too. And so it's a lot of fun to do it with him, work with him. Um, I will say this about my dad. He doesn't hold to like all the traditional things, like, oh, boys should learn this and girls should learn that. Um, he basically was like, if you want to learn it, yeah, you can learn it. So growing up, we got to do all of it. No holds, anything. So I still change my own oil. I do like a lot of the basic maintenance for my car. I'm making fishing rods. I don't think that actually would be like anything specific in one way or another, but your uncle is 74 or your dad is 74? I'm guessing uncle. Yeah. All right. So I'm making this one a little bit thicker. Um, I don't want to make it like massively thicker, but I do want it noticeably thicker. So probably right about there's going to be good enough. So the white's just about 3/16 an inch, and the pink is going to be a quarter. Because I'm in the US and I don't measure by centimeters. Honestly, if I could do the conversion in my head, I probably would. But That's one of those things I don't have down yet. I have a conversion chart somewhere, but it's not on the table at the moment. Come on. There we go. That one pulled through a lot easier. Come on. There we go. Oh. There we go. Nice and smooth now. Oh, it looks so good. And then I'm going to have one here, and then that one. And then I'm going to go up to... Just going to keep going. So, are you going to be around later? Well, I was going to say I'm probably going to be streaming Rust again, but I actually probably won't be. A friend of mine, when I did It Takes Two, I ran through It Takes Two with her, and she mentioned another little game that was similar called Unravel 2. And I started playing the first one earlier today. No, yesterday. I started playing it yesterday, and it is cute. It's more a cute game than like a fun game, but I like it. And then I also got Red Dead Redemption. So I don't know what I'm playing later today. I may just end up going through and finishing the rods as much as I can and not going back to the games for the day, just because of the time crunch of needing them. Granted, all of the time-consuming stuff has been completed. Basically, just waiting for glue to dry. Everything else is just rod winding. And I can go pretty quick with the rod winding, just because it's a consistent thing to do. My problem with the rod winding is after a little bit, because the rods are so narrow, my fingers start cramping from trying to spin it. That was not enough. Alright. We're gonna go like this. Alright. Cut the tail shorter. You'll be on until you fall asleep. You're what, like +6? I think you're +6 to me. If it's almost 4 here, it's almost 10 there? Or is it more than that? Hey! Do you know how accomplished I feel trying to figure that out in my head? I feel if I could do early afternoon streams, I'd get the whole European crowd as opposed to the American crowd, because I do like early evening streams. So like it's way too late for most of Europe and way too early for most of America when I'm doing the other streams, like my gaming streams after work. But my afternoon stream for rod making, I think, is really good timing. So I'm not getting consistent widths on these. I think this one actually might have slid up the rod a little bit too. But inch measurements, maybe this one slid down a little bit? I don't know. So how big was the shed? Like I'm getting ready to go in foot measurements, and I'm guessing you probably won't be telling me in feet.